Before I begin, I want anyone who's watching this to know that I'm not a certified teacher, nor do I claim that this is the one and only way to draw ever in the history of the world. This is just how I learned and how I taught myself and how I currently do draw. If you don't like it, then there's a back button or a search bar. If you're still interested, then thank you for sticking around and enjoy. I'll be creating something similar to this today, and hopefully you will too. Step 1. Draw a circle. It doesn't have to be a perfect circle, we just need something to base the wolf's head around. Think of this circle as the skull. It won't be visible in the final drawing. But if you're drawing this on paper, do it lightly. And if you're drawing this in Photoshop, Sci, or another layered graphics program, then just start on layer 1. Step 2. Divide the circle into 4 separate parts. The first part should be near the top of the circle. The second and the third should give about the same space, and the final one should be about the same size as the first. We're still on layer 1 for those of you using graphic programs, and still on draw lightly stage for any traditional artists. Okay, step 3. Now it's time to darken the lines a bit. Start a new layer if you're using a graphics program, or start pressing just a little bit harder with your pen or pencil if you're drawing traditionally. Trace that top line as exactly as possible and continue to use this pressure or the layer for the rest of this tutorial until I say otherwise. Once you reach the curve of the circle, follow it downward. Step 4. Follow, as precisely as you can, an imaginary line that will continue as though you've breached the curve of the circle using the second line. Keep in mind you now have your wolf's forehead and the top of his or her snout, so don't make that line too long. Once you're satisfied with the length of your wolf's snout, curve it downward. This will be his or her nose. Now remember, a wolf's nose isn't just like stuck like a sticker onto their face. It's an external part of their body, kind of like their ears. So you want to convey that with a very subtle curve. Okay, step 6. Let's put in an expression. I don't know about you, but I like my characters to be smiling most of the time, so I'm gonna convey that. It's up to you. You don't have to. It's your drawing, but I'm gonna draw a smile on mine. Okay, step 7. Now our wolf needs a chin. Once again, subtle curves can do wonders for your wolf in terms of authenticity, so we're going to start with the line for the chin just a tiny bit of the way underneath our wolf's smile. Okay, now continue that curve to near where your wolf's mouth ends. You've just finished the basic structure of your wolf's face, so congratulations. Step number 8. Let's input the nose and the eye. This is a stylistic preference, and I've seen numerous ways to do them, so go ahead and try out your own ways. Of course, the best way to develop your own style is to look at how real wolves' eyes look, but it's up to you. Step number 9. Okay, now it's time to finish off the basic structure of a wolf. Branching directly off of where the chin line ended, draw with a slight inward curve downward. This forms the base for the underside of your wolf's neck. Step 10. To get the basics for ears, all you really need are some bloated triangles, basically. The backside of the ear should start from the upper backside of the circle and drag upward. Ear sizes are another stylistic choice, but once again, the best way to learn how to do them is by looking at real wolves. Step number 11. Now it's time to take the backside of the wolf's neck. They have relatively thick necks, or so it seems with the bunches of fur that they tend to have, so I'm going to express that. Try and maintain the path of the forehead line as much as possible when making this curve. Alright, step 12. Next it's time to do the other ear. Remember, even if it's in a complete profile, a wolf still has visible ears. However, if this is too frustrating and you're just beginning, then don't worry about it until you get used to drawing the shape of the ear that's closest to the viewer. Don't worry about the other ear until you are comfortable. Finally, it's step 13. Create a scruff line beginning either in the front or behind the ear. It's a stylistic decision for you to make. Then draw the divider line down the wolf's neck. Okay, well, if you did all of this correctly, hopefully it'll look something similar to this. If it doesn't, then that's okay. It does take a bit of work to get to the point where you can quickly and easily come up with something like this, but it will happen. Just keep at it, and I can't stress this enough, be as original as you can be, or at least adhere as faithfully as you can to the real animal. Now I'm going to speed this up and show you exactly what happens if you work on this animal enough. Keep in mind that I'm doing this using the exact same method and the sketch that I just taught you to create. Here we go. Alright, well, I hope you enjoyed that tutorial. I'm sorry it was a little bit long and a little bit tedious, but hopefully it helped you at least a little. I would appreciate if you could subscribe and like the video and blah blah blah. I'm on FurAffinity, Dexian, D-E-X-I-A-N. I'll put that in the description below. And hopefully I'll be able to communicate with you guys a little bit more. If you have any requests for how to draw videos, then go ahead and give me those, and if nobody gives me anything, I'm gonna start teaching people how to draw Pokemon, so that should be fun. Talk to you guys later. Bye.